We got BDK over for the team one as unholy. We got ourselves D's. Gonna be going nuts in the arena. Got ourselves Imora. We got ourselves Fang as a Fury Warrior, looking like a warlord. And we got ourselves Shiryu coming back for these 5v5 duels. We got ourselves over team one Chill Pills on a Frost. We got ourselves Seamark on Arcane. Little Love says on a whole on Frost. Oh, I like the mug. I like the spectacles. Or not spectacles, but like what, goggles? I like the weapon. It looks so good with this set. It actually fits so well with this set. We got Sensei on that team as well as Wild Im the boy. It's going to be playing the Frost DK, Sapper, and Morai. It looks like Lil Lopes is playing Resolve. Wait, this Death that is playing Resolve? What? It's going to get hit with the longest kidney shot in the world. Going to be an IBF. And this has got himself the A-bomb limb. Going to be sprouting out of his body. Going to be him right trying to see if he can back away. Lil Lopes is going to probably grip him back in. Going to be a clock shots for Rogue. He's just trying to see if he can break the gap. Lil Lopes looking for maybe potentially a grip onto Emorai. I don't know if he's got a grip anymore. It looks like Emorai is going to be able to get himself a proper reset. Lil Lopes is hanging out next to him. Going to be a sap with a Resolve trinket. Next kid in the shot is going to be deadly. He won't have a way out. Actually, he will have a human rage for it, won't he? As Mariah is going to be able to sap it through. Potentially human racial here is going to have the human racial. Lil Lopes take a lot of damage though by the rogue. He got some big old eviscerates. And Lil Lopes trying to keep the pressure onto the rogue, but it looks like the rogue is dancing around the DK. And I think he's trying to go for the shadow step juke. That's going to be Lil Lopes getting himself with the smallest line of sight ever with a bit of that, like, bit of that podium, bit of that fence pillar. Going to be a kidney shot, cheap shot onto Lil Lopes. And he's just gonna die to the kidney shot. Got himself the pet summoned and sacrificed immediately. Lil Lopes retaining all the defense in the world, but Lil Lopes does end up going down. That Resolve trigger was an interesting play. Since it looked to catch up to Mariah and take him out of the game. He's trying to hit MRI so hard that man's gonna have to go in to a doctor to get an MRI, see what happened to him. Get a shot onto Sensei. It's going to be a big old Resolve trigger or Resenter trigger. Big damage to Sensei might be big trouble. It's going to be that big old Aegis. It's going to give him a lot of absorb, but Sensei's health is still under a ton of pressure. Got himself a mad amount of healing from Wild Imp, but I think that Wild Imp Cellstone proc together with a BDB. I think he literally got a heal from BDB off of that Hellstone. That's crazy. Going to be a sap onto Sensei. As he's going to get CC'd out. Playing the not Resolve trinket, the Relentless trinket, so he's gonna sit stuns a little bit less long. As a full burst comes out of Mirai, Sensei had to make a play. What was a burst out of the Rogue? The Rogue just went in and popped off. There's gonna be a shadow step blinking around Sensei, just literally dancing around this guy, not letting him touch him. Sap out of Sensei. Potentially Mirai going for the kidney shot. Another Kyrian burst is gonna be a Resident trinket, and Sensei we're gonna break out of it. Cheap shot. Oh, got the cheap shot in between. Sensei went for an in cap and then kind of stuck a little bit close to that trinket. A little close to it. Amarai even popped the trigger off to the side, not on top of the guy, but off to the side. And in a way, Sensei kind of walked into that thing. My goodness. Wild Imp is going to be up next. Got himself that pet spinning to win, picking up the eye, trying to see if he can proactive versus the stroke. So far, you just watch the monk get blasted out. The demon dog is joined in. It's going to be Tyrant coming out immediately as the obelisk is down. Imori does not have a vanish, does not have a cloak. This rogue might actually be in big trouble. Get a shot on Imp. It's going to be Tyrant getting a perfect angle. Going to be big decimated bolts. And I think it's going to be over. Imori had barely any health. It's going to get slowed. And the Tyrant just blasted him out as he just tried to see if he could jump over the barrier. Blasted the boy out of the game completely. With Fang going to be up next as the Fury Warrior looking to see if he can dismantle this army of demons versus Wild Imp. As Wild Imp is kind of waddling towards his gateway. Wants to make sure he's got plenty of that mobility. Got some souls on the Fang with a stun to follow. Potentially going to be a bunch of pets. Going to be handle gold downs. He's getting a bunch of imps in there. If only he had a Tyrant to follow. And that's going to be the Dark Iron Racial getting used really early. I guess he doesn't have a trigger from the Rogue, so you might as well use it here. Bang, could go for a leap. He's gonna go for a big banner. Full burst available. Potentially looking at the biggest damage was Wild Imp. Trying to see if he can chop right through him. It's gonna be Trinket. Gonna be the Obelisk down for Wild Imp. Got himself wall. So at least he's able to free cast. It's gonna be Fang going for a reckless Zerker's Rage rather. In order to make himself immune to any fears. And Fang only has this pet to keep attacking. Wild Imp doesn't get a port out of the way. Fang getting hit with a stun. Wild Imp using the Kevin Slime just to generate more imps. Could potentially get himself a Tyrant back up really soon. I think he's just looking for procs. Flesh cut out for Fang. No way to interrupt it. Does interrupt it at last second. Gonna be a Mortal Coil potentially. I don't want a Wild Imp. Does not want a Mortal Coil into the Reflect. I think it might be over. Wild Imp just leaves. As Fang just ended up crushing right through his defense and offense. Chilpa's gonna be up next. Fang is gonna have to play very, very defensive here. No more trinket for the Fury Warrior. Is gonna have to go for, I think, a Rage Regeneration in order to heal as much as possible versus Chill Pills. Does he have a disarm or anything? Is gonna have to go very, very defensive here. Reflect is up, leaping away. There's gonna be gripping hand. Will he have another stun? Fang just might be going down here. Does he have any more healing to follow? It's gonna be a Frostworm's Fury, and Chill Pills doesn't a blast in him. With BDK charging in versus Chill Pills, potentially could get a big setup. Flash cut around the corner. Chilpa's looking for that recovery. Quick interrupt, but BDK as Chilpa's trying to avoid the pets. Can he go and control? Can he go and control and dead on the A-bomb? I think he might be able to. If he casts a spell, he might be able to put it under his control. Did Death have access to that ability? Control and dead? They do. Because I know in keys you do it. I know in certain Mythic Plus keys you would do it. Chilpa's getting hit with some stones back to back. BDK continuing the pressure. Chilpa's looks like he's recovered a lot of from all the bursts of the Unholy DK so far. But it's still an Army of the Dead chasing after him. Does get Spell Ward and Procket back to back. Deathpack getting used really, really early. It's looking like he's going to set up for a big old stun versus BDK, who does have an IBF here. Chilpa's just trying to see if he can cut right through the guy. Going to be that IBF. And Chilpa's just continuing to get as much pressure into BDK as best as possible. Trying to let those glacial advances really go right through. Flash cut around the corner. Does get interrupted the last second. BDK does recover quite a bit of health though. Chilpas, does he have a goal to someone of his own? I don't think he does. At least he has the goals of BDK to siphon health from. Stun onto Chill Pills. And it's going to be BDK with that swarm ramping up even more damage. Potentially going to amp up his pet. Does get to amp up the pet. Chilpa's just going to root the pet in place. Actually just going to put it out in the open. Put it with a slow. BDK is missing quite a good portion of his damage. That actually is super unfortunate. The pet is still slowed. The pet is super far away on the other side of the pillar. Chilpa's can slow down the pets by quite a bit. Blinded to BDK as well as the pets. Can he take control of the A-bomb? Is that a thing he can do? I think he's just going to chop right through it. Got himself the A-bomb with that swarm proccing that spell ward. And so it's going to give Chilpa's actually quite a bit of survivability against magic damage. Quite a lot of damage from BDK's Shadow. 7 spell warden hitting his health, hitting the shield instead of his health is actually quite good. Especially with the swarm doing like little teensy little bit of damage at a time. Could be pretty good. Chilpa's with a stun to BDK as he got himself full A-bomb limit and chops the boy up. But D's gonna be up next. Is your pet's name Nuts? Because it'd be kind of perfect with D's and Nuts. D's Nuts. Chilpa's gonna hit with a stun around the corner. No way out of this one. Does IBF it actually or something? Or maybe it's just a really, really short stun. Has AMS come back up. Decent. No health whatsoever. What happened to this man? Oh my goodness, this man took one obliterate. And he's at this point of health right now. He does have to pull the bed back and maybe go for a full reset. Even Kevin Simon gonna pull back. He needs to go for a manic bandage and everything. Jill Bill's got himself full runic power. He might just have to sit down and go for some mage food. He does have a mage on his team, so at least he's able to get himself a bit of reset, forcing D's out in the open, forcing him to advance towards shield pills, and at least prevent the death net from being able to top himself out. But at 26% dampening, that food still got a bit of healing. Oh, don't kill the Vombata mount, the Vombata pet. They're kind of cute. You got the red version. My goodness, decent health. You're just getting blasted out in half. That's gonna be quick blind trick it out of him. Might have to go for torch limit. Oh my goodness! And Shiryu is the last one left. Chilpa's walking into some IBF, AMS, every cooldown available. IBFing out of this one immediately. And Shiryu dropping down the grenade. Chilpa's walking out of it. AMS and for that Zoan. There's going to be Big Fist of Fury. Pairing him out by quite a bit. Has a death back in case he needs to. Lichborn trying to use whatever runic power he's got in order to death call himself back up to full. Might have to Lichborn in what's the worst. He's going to activate some resources. Potentially could blind the monk. Might just have to go for a blind if he has one. Chain of Ice might be able to break away. If you could just Chain of Ice him long enough and walk away until his health is gone and not necrotic anymore, he might be okay. Trying to recover, but it's going to be touch of death. Was not given a chance at all. With Sivak, last one left over on team 2. Trying to see if he might be able to get in there. Flash cut up. Shiryu just trying to make sure he's tanked up as best as possible. Sivak does blink near him. Into a quick in cap. Sivak should be able to blink out of it. Worst to worst, got himself all the time in case his health really drops low. That's probably going to be a temporal top right. Landed polymorph. I think he's got everything. Shouldn't power. Touch the Magi. Arcana Sphere. Let's see how big it is. Let's see how good it is. Does he have a port? Shiryu is going to be ported out, but it's actually still on his side of Sivak. Is going to try to see if he can disengage to him. It's going to be a diffuse magic. Reduce as much of the magic damage as possible. Sivak got plenty of damage with this man either way. It's going to be able to keep blasting even after the touch of the Magi is gone. Even after the diffused magic is gone, missiles is still going to be chipping away at Shiryu. If he comes to full arcane power, ooh, this barrage is going to be deadly. Panda with the rune of power, arcane blast into potentially barrage. Ooh, Shiryu. One more barrage and I think it's over. Let's see if we can get back over to you. One more barrage, it could be really, really bad for you. Shiryu trying to get himself as many VF fights as possible. He's going to get slowed down by the frostbolts from the image. And that's going to be Seaverk rooting him out in the open. Ice block just to break away that Karma. Trying to see if he can go for a chicken touch that match. I actually can't do anything about it. Arcane blasted back to back into the barrage. How did this man stay alive? Knocking it back for a sec. Touch the magic as I got him, right? Yeah, it doesn't get it. It does get him. My goodness. I was just waiting like, oh, he's got it? Maybe? Seaverk with 3? Wait, who did he kill for 3? Wait, how did he do 3? When did he do 3? I thought Chilpils did 2. There was actually a lot of back and forth there, man. We had the Rogue popping off. We had the Warlock bringing it back. Fang popped in. And then Chilpils walked out. Salam and Big Frosted Strikes had these boys.